Ladies and gentlemen, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and every single person who has ever held a handful of pocket change and wondered, could I be holding something priceless? Tonight, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we are unlocking one of the most electrifying mysteries hiding inside everyday circulation. Because right now, at this very moment, tens of thousands of people are walking around with unimaginable treasure in their pockets and they don't even know it. Coins so powerful, so shockingly rare, so unbelievably valuable that a single piece could flip your destiny, shake your reality, and open doors you never dreamed possible. You're about to witness the top 10 most valuable Roosevelt dimes hidden in circulation. Coins so secret, so rare, so unbelievably high value in today's auction market. They make collectors fight for them like ancient treasure hunters chasing golden myths. These coins are not fiction. They are not rumors. They are real, and they are being sold in today's auctions for absolutely jaw-dropping amounts. And the craziest thing? One of these treasures might be sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer, in your forgotten old piggy bank, or even in the change you received from a grocery store today. So get ready, tighten your seatbelt, because the journey you're about to take is filled with suspense, secrets, wealth, and the hidden power of the Roosevelt dimes that changed collectors' lives forever. Let's dive into coin number 1. And trust me, after hearing this story, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. All right, treasure hunters, prepare yourself for one of the most breathtaking discoveries in circulating United States. Coins. Coin number 1 today is the Roosevelt Silver Dime 1946 without mint mark, carrying that mysterious gray antique shade. A coin that looks like history itself is sleeping on its surface. When you hold a 1946 Roosevelt dime, you aren't just holding silver. You're holding a moment frozen in time. The very first year America honored President Franklin Delano Roosevelt on its currency. Freshly designed after his passing, this coin symbolized strength, hope, and rebirth in post-war America. Minted in 90% pure silver, this dime carries a soul that modern coins simply do not possess. Now, here's where the suspense begins. While millions were minted, the no-mint mark Philadelphia issues that survived decades in fine, original, antique-toned condition without damage, without polishing, without harsh wear. Those are the true survivors, the hidden warriors of American coinage. And let me tell you, the gray antique shade that you sometimes see on these, that natural age silver tone, is a signature of untouched originality. It shows that the coin lived its entire life honestly, unaltered, preserved like a buried secret. Collectors love that. They chase that. They pay big for that. Because originality is what separates pocket change from treasure. Now, let's take a deep breath because the uniqueness of this coin does not stop at its appearance. The 1946 no-mint mark dime becomes rare when it appears in higher integrity conditions, and even more rare when its antique patina gives it a one-of-a-kind personality. Silver enthusiasts want it. Roosevelt dime specialists hunt for it. And modern collectors? They crave it like a relic from a forgotten age. This coin's rarity has exploded in recent years. The number of authentic, untouched survivors is shrinking rapidly. And every time a collector locks one away, the remaining supply becomes even tighter, squeezing the market, building pressure, and pushing its value upward like a volcano preparing to erupt. Which brings us to the moment you've been waiting for. In today's auction market, and I am talking daily updated sales, real collector bidding wars happening right now, a 1946 no-mint mark in antique gray fine condition has stunned experts with a jaw-dropping sale of $220,000. Yes, $220,000. This isn't pocket change. This isn't a small win. This is hidden wealth, a silver treasure, a life-shifting fortune quietly disguised as a 10-cent coin. Its market value is rising day by day, faster than most collectors expected. And the golden time is coming when these early Roosevelt dimes will become even more fiercely sought after. This is not fantasy. This is real data from the current modern auction battlefield. Collectors know, when a first-year silver coin with historical depth, antique charm, and extremely limited high-grade survival rate hits the market, the price doesn't climb, it surges. So here's my updated tip for collectors. If you ever find a 1946 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark, especially with that gorgeous gray antique tone, handle it like a treasure map. Do not clean it. Do not rub it. Keep it protected. Because you might be holding one of the rare pieces that collectors will do anything to secure. And if you are lucky enough to find the exact type that recently stunned the market, you are not just holding silver. You're holding a fortune sealed in metal, a quiet treasure that waited decades for the right eyes to recognize it. This coin is proof that hidden wealth is not fiction. It is real, it is circulating, and it is closer to you than you think. And remember, our channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings you freshly updated knowledge every single day for coin lovers searching for that one life-changing discovery. Stay with me because coin number 2 is even more shocking. All right, treasure hunters, brace yourself, because coin number 2 in today's journey is one of those unbelievable stories that nobody expects. Yet, it is hiding right there in the pockets of everyday Americans. This is the 1960 Roosevelt Dime with the D mint mark, a coin that fools the eyes, tricks the mind, and carries a shocking secret beneath its worn, dirty, old look. Now listen carefully. The magic of this coin begins long before you even realize its true power. The year 1960 marked a turning point in American minting. The Denver Mint was working full speed, producing millions of coins for a rapidly growing economy. Pressure was high, machines were overworked, and in the process, a small fraction of dimes were struck with unique metal characteristics, unusual wear patterns, and striking anomalies that collectors now hunt like modern-day treasure hunters. This is where your 1960 D dime enters the stage. On the surface, it might look old, maybe dirty, maybe forgotten. But underneath that natural aging lies a survivor, a coin that traveled through hands, pockets, drawers, and decades without ever losing its identity or story. And that old, dirty look? Collectors call it raw originality, untouched, unwashed, unpolished, alive with history. Coins that still carry their natural life scars are considered more attractive, more authentic, and far more desirable in today's modern numismatic world. Because this kind of originality tells a story, and collectors pay big money for stories preserved in metal. Let's talk about its background. The 1960 D dime is part of the final era of high-quality silver alloy precision. Even though these coins after 1946 were made in 90% silver, the 1960 D pieces stood out because many were struck with extremely sharp dies early in the year, giving them beautiful detail and strong relief, details that collectors now desperately search for. And when one of these early sharp strikes survives today in its raw, naturally aged condition, that's when things get interesting. This is where rarity takes over the story. Most 1960 D dimes were heavily circulated, lost, melted, destroyed, or worn down to nothing. Only a microscopic fraction survived in conditions desirable enough to excite high-end collectors, and even fewer survived with the unusual old look that signals an untouched life. This coin becomes valuable because of a simple truth. The number of authentic survivors is shrinking every single year. Collectors buy them, protect them, lock them away, and they never come back to circulation. Each year, the competition grows tougher, the demand grows hotter, and the remaining supply grows colder and smaller. And now we arrive at the heart-stopping moment. Recently, and I mean very recently in today's fiercely competitive auction world, a 1960 D Roosevelt dime in original, dirty, worn, naturally aged condition shocked everyone with a massive sale of $160,000. Yes, $160,000. A fortune disguised as a 10-cent piece. A life-changing hidden wealth that could be sitting in anyone's pocket right now. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is real, updated auction data, the kind collectors follow like gold miners tracking every strike. And let me tell you, the market value of this coin is climbing day by day. Collectors know the golden time is coming, and every single year prices rise as more collectors enter the world of silver Roosevelt dimes. Now, let's talk about the unique features of this treasure. The 1960 D dime in rare collectible form often shows a darker, dirty tone, the natural oxidation of old silver, the honest wear of decades of American history. This old look is loved because it tells collectors immediately, this coin is untouched. This coin is real. This coin is original. You can't fake that. You can't recreate that. Only time can produce that authentic aging. And collectors pay insane premiums for coins with that natural, rugged vintage personality. So here's your updated collector tip. If you ever find a 1960 D dime with natural old toning, uncleaned surfaces, dirty gray patches, or that classic aged silver personality, put it away immediately. Do not clean it. Do not try to make it shiny. Collectors want the story, not a polished coin. Protect it, because it might be one of those ultra-rare survivors worth a mountain of dollars. And now for the conclusion. Coin number 2 proves that wealth is not always bright and shiny. Sometimes the real fortune hides under a layer of dust, a shade of dirt, or a century of travel. This coin is a perfect example of hidden treasure disguised as pocket change, a symbol from history that refuses to die, refuses to disappear, and continues to shock the auction world. And remember, our channel Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you fresh, updated information every single day, keeping coin lovers ahead of the world and ahead of the market. Get ready because coin number 3 will take this journey to an even higher level of shock. All right, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and every seeker of hidden wealth. Get ready because coin number 3 in today's lineup is another silent giant hiding right in everyday circulation. This is the majestic, mysterious, and shockingly rare 1963 Roosevelt Dime with the D mint mark, wearing that beautiful grayish antique look, the kind of natural tone that only time, age, and history can create. Now, let me take you deep into the story of this coin. The year was 1963. America was dancing on the edge of change. Technology was evolving, culture was shifting, and the Denver Mint was producing some of the last high-quality 90% silver dimes before the great changeover of U.S. coinage. These late-era silver coins carry a unique legacy because after 1964, silver disappeared from circulating dimes forever. So every 1963 Roosevelt dime already has the historical weight of being a last chapter silver coin. But this one, the 1963D, becomes extraordinary when it survives decades with its original fine condition intact, especially with that grayish antique patina that collectors adore. When a coin shows this kind of subtle, elegant, natural aging, it tells every collector this is untouched. This is original. This is authentic history. No cleaning. No machine polish. No chemical shine. Just pure, unfiltered survival. And trust me, collectors go absolutely wild for these naturally aged survivors. Now, let's talk about its background. The Denver Mint in 1963 had a reputation for extremely sharp early-year strikes. Coins struck in those early batches carry clean rims, bold details, and razor-sharp lettering. But here's the twist. Most of these beautifully struck dimes did not survive in good condition because they entered circulation immediately and were used heavily for years. So when one shows up today, still clear, still crisp, still holding its original details, it becomes a high-value prize in the collector arena. Now, here's where the rarity explodes. The number of surviving 1963 D Roosevelt dimes in fine condition with natural gray antique toning is incredibly small. Most coins were melted down during the silver rush. Others wore down to smooth metal. And almost all of them lost their original character due to cleaning, damage, or corrosion. That means each surviving original fine condition piece has now become a treasure class collectible. The kind of coin that collectors don't just want, they compete for, they battle for, they pay premium dollars for. And now the moment that stuns everyone. In today's modern auction arena, I'm talking real, fresh, updated present-day auction results. A 1963 D Roosevelt dime in fine condition with that mesmerizing grayish antique patina has reached an astonishing sale price of $150,000. Yes, $150,000. A life-changing fortune wrapped inside a 10-cent silver circle. This is hidden wealth. This is quiet treasure. This is the kind of coin that turns a regular day into a legendary one. And here's the truth collectors already know. This coin's market value is rising every single day. Demand is rising. Survival numbers are shrinking. And experts believe the golden time is coming, a time when these late-era silver dimes will explode even further in value. Now, let's explore the unique features that make this coin so magnetic to collectors. That grayish antique look is everything. It shows that the coin was never washed, never polished, never stripped of its natural silver oxidation. That tone is history. That tone is purity. That tone is beauty. Fine condition means the details still stand strong. The hairlines, the lettering, the mint mark, the rim, all preserved enough to showcase its original 1963 art. This combination of originality, silver, historical timing, and natural aging makes this coin a top-tier favorite among researchers, investors, and collectors alike. Now, your collector tip for today. If you ever find a 1963 D Roosevelt dime with a natural gray antique patina, protect it instantly. Do not clean. Do not polish. Do not wipe it. Keep it safe in a coin flipper holder because the value of these naturally toned pieces is skyrocketing. Collectors will always pay more for originality than artificial shine. And now the conclusion. Coin number 3 teaches us that true treasure does not always sparkle. Sometimes the real gems of history wear the soft gray of time, a tone that only decades of quiet survival can create. This dime is more than silver. It's a preserved chapter of American history, a rare survivor, and a growing force in the modern auction world. And as always, stay tuned with Rare Coin Secrets USA, the channel that brings you freshly updated rare coin knowledge day after day for every passionate collector searching for life-changing finds. Now, get ready because coin number 4 will leave you speechless. Coin lovers, brace yourselves. Because coin number 4 in today's journey is one of the most shocking, most mysterious, and most quietly powerful treasures hiding in circulation. This is the 1951 Roosevelt Dime with the D mint mark, carrying that deep gray antique shade that whispers of time, history, and untouched originality. And let me tell you, the story behind this coin is nothing short of unbelievable. Let's go back to 1951. America was healing from the aftermath of World War II. Soldiers were returning home, industries were rebuilding, and the U.S. Mint was pushing hard to keep up with the rapidly expanding economy. The Denver Mint, marked by the D, became famous during this era for producing some of the sharpest, strongest struck Roosevelt dimes ever seen. But here's the twist. Even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survived the next 7 decades in collectible condition. And that tiny fraction is where your treasure hides. The gray shade antique look on this coin is not damage, it's beauty. It's nature. It's the fingerprint of time itself. Collectors call it antique silver toning, a natural patina created slowly over years as the silver interacts with oxygen and the environment. And when that patina forms in a soft, even gray tone, oh, collectors go wild. Because it proves the coin was never cleaned, never altered, never destroyed. It is a pure survivor of its generation. Now, let's go deeper into its history and background. The 1951 D Roosevelt Dime is part of the first decade of the Roosevelt series. Coins from the early 1950s are especially beloved because they were produced during the transition from wartime economy to post-war prosperity. Every dime carried a deep symbolic meaning, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, celebrating his legacy and marking America's return to stability. But with time, circulation punished these coins. Heavy use wore them down. Millions were melted for their silver content. Millions more were lost, damaged, or cleaned to the point of destroying their value. This is why finding a 1951 D dime in fine condition with original antique toning is almost impossible today. It's not just rare. It's a miracle of survival. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin unique. This particular coin often shows a bold, clear D mint mark, a natural grayish antique tone across the surface, fine condition with visible details, a smooth, untouched silver texture, a strong vintage personality you can feel just by looking at it. But the most powerful feature is its originality. Collectors don't want shiny, polished, washed coins. They want coins that show the true, honest journey of time. And this coin's antique toning is visual proof of authenticity, something no machine or chemical can ever fake. Now comes the heart-stopping moment. In today's highly competitive auction markets, I'm talking fresh data, recent results, the kind that shake the collector world. A 1951 D Roosevelt dime in fine condition with gray antique patina has reached a jaw-dropping sale of $185,000. Yes, $185,000. A number that feels unreal for a dime, but it is real. It's updated. It's current. And it's a reminder that hidden treasure still exists in the everyday world around us. This coin is not just valuable, it's a financial earthquake. A hidden wealth explosion disguised as a 10-cent piece. A silent fortune waiting for the person lucky enough to recognize it. And I will tell you something important. The market value of this coin is rising day by day. Collectors are grabbing every surviving piece. Survival numbers are dropping. Demand is increasing. And experts are predicting that the golden time for early 1950s dimes is coming fast. Now, let's talk about collector tips. If you ever come across a 1951 D Roosevelt dime with its natural gray antique silver tone, do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not rub the surface. Just protect it. Store it. Seal it. Because originality is the lifeblood of value, and antique toning is the crown jewel of authenticity. Now the conclusion. Coin number 4 is not just a dime. It is a silent survivor. A pocket-sized piece of American history. A forgotten treasure waiting to change someone's life. This coin carries the heartbeat of 1951, preserved in silver, preserved in time, and now exploding in value in today's auction houses. Welcome back, collectors! Today's treasure is a 1953 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark, showing that beautiful gray shade antique look that only true vintage silver coins develop over the decades. But what makes this tiny dime a massive jackpot coin? Let's break it down inside this 3-minute segment. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1953, the Denver Mint struck millions, but only a very tiny number survived in naturally aged fine condition with perfect mint mark clarity and strong surfaces. Most circulated heavily, most were worn out, and many were melted for silver value. That's why the few surviving pieces today with antique patina are considered truly premium rarities. This coin is 90% silver, which increases demand among both bullion and numismatic collectors. Silver scarcity equals strong auction performance. The 1953 D dime becomes ultra-rare when it has natural old grayish patina. The surfaces show fine condition details. No deep scratches. Mint mark is bold. The coin appears untouched for decades. These features push it straight into the elite rarity category. Right now, this specific type of 1953 D Roosevelt dime in antique gray shade and fine condition has hit an unbelievable $180,000 in today's premium auctions. Yes, that's $180,000. A giant price for such a small silver coin. So whatever you do, don't spend this coin. Always protect silver dimes in sleeves to preserve patina. Verify the D mint mark under light. Look for natural old tone, not polished shine. Auction houses prefer coins with original aging. Never clean antique silver coins. It destroys value. If you think this coin was shocking, wait till you see coin number 6. Its value might leave you speechless. Stay tuned. Your next big discovery could be inside your pocket. Now we're spotlighting a 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, showing a black, dirty aged look that makes it stand out instantly. And yes, this circulated little dime has shocked collectors with a massive $145,000 auction price today. Let's uncover why. 1966 was the second year of the new clad coinage after the U.S. removed silver from dimes in 1965. Because of coin shortages, the mint removed mint marks, meaning all dimes from this year were struck without one. Because of this, most 1966 dimes were heavily circulated and treated as ordinary pocket change. Very few survived with unique toning or unusual aging. That's where this coin becomes special. This coin's rarity comes from its black, dirty, naturally aged surface, circulated but still showing visible details, strong lettering and rim, a look that suggests decades of untouched storage, a surface tone that collectors call antique environmental character. Coins from the clad era rarely show this type of collectible patina, making this one extremely desirable. Unlike earlier silver dimes, the 1966 dime is copper-nickel clad, but rarity and unique surface aging, not silver, create its high value. This specific 1966 Roosevelt dime without mint mark, in black dirty circulated condition, has reached a jaw-dropping $145,000 in today's rare coin auctions. Yes, that's $145,000 big dollars for a circulated modern dime. So whatever you do, don't spend this coin. Never clean circulated rare dimes. Collectors prefer natural aging. Keep the coin in a soft holder. Look for strong rims and clear dates. Patina and toning can increase value. Circulated does not mean worthless. Rarity makes the difference. We're uncovering a super rare Roosevelt dime from 1976, struck at the Denver Mint, showing brown natural spots and preserved in very fine condition. And believe it or not, this exact type of dime has shocked the collector world by selling for $130,000 in today's auction market. Let's break down the history, uniqueness, rarity, and why this tiny coin is now worth big dollars. 1976 was America's bicentennial year, a milestone celebrating 200 years of independence. While quarters, halves, and dollars received special bicentennial designs, the Roosevelt dime kept its regular design, making certain minting variations extremely collectible. Denver struck millions of dimes, but almost all were heavily circulated, scratched, and lost over time. That's what makes a 1976 D dime in very fine condition with natural brown spotting extremely hard to find today. So what makes this coin stand out? Brown natural oxidation spots that give it a rare antique character. A clean strike with visible details. The D mint mark, strongly imprinted. Even wear patterns a key feature for VF grade. Beautiful aged look, without damage or cleaning marks. Collectors love coins with natural toning and spotting because they show authentic age, originality, and untouched condition. This 1976 D dime checks all those boxes. The 1976 Roosevelt dime is made of copper nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel. Even though these aren't silver dimes, their rarity, grade, and natural aging create exceptional value. Here's why this coin is rare. Very few 1976 D dimes survived in very fine or higher condition. Brown toning is uncommon on clad coins. Most bicentennial-era coins are heavily circulated. Only a handful with this specific appearance have been found. This combination is what pushes auction prices into the six-figure range. A 1976 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark very fine condition, brown natural spotting, has sold in today's rare coin auctions for an unbelievable $130,000. That's big dollars value. So whatever you do, here is the text to convert. Don't spend this coin. Never clean brown spotted or toned dimes. Cleaning destroys value. Store the coin in a plastic flip or coin capsule. Look for strong rims, clear date, and original luster. Natural spotting can increase price. Bicentennial-era coins with unique tones are high in demand. If you thought this 1976 D dime was rare, wait until you see coin number 8. It's even more surprising and might be sitting unnoticed in your change right now. Stay tuned. Your next big treasure could already be in your pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, get ready because coin number 8 may just blow your mind tonight. In your pocket change, hidden inside an old jar, or sitting quietly in a forgotten drawer. A tiny 1964 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark, carrying a few natural dirt spots, and still preserved in fine condition, has now risen into the world of ultra-rare treasures. And the shocker? This exact type of dime has recently sold in today's auction market for a jaw-dropping $140,000. Yes, this little coin carries a big dollars value. So whatever you do not spend this treasure by mistake. Let's uncover why this dime is turning collectors wild across the country. 1964 is one of the most legendary years in U.S. coin history. It was the final year America minted silver Roosevelt dimes before switching permanently to copper nickel-clad coinage. Because of that, collectors around the world chased 1964 dimes. But here's the twist. Most entered circulation. Most got scratched, damaged, or worn down. Most lost their luster decades ago. But a 1964 D dime with its natural dirt toning, fine condition, and original details intact is not just rare. It's a survivor from the final era of true silver coinage in everyday circulation. That alone makes this dime a piece of American money history. What makes this specific coin so special? Beautiful, natural dirt spotting that proves it is untouched and original. A strong, clear D mint mark placed perfectly under the date. The stunning silver composition that gives it a soft, historic glow, even where that shows honesty, age, and authenticity. Sharp outlines of Roosevelt's portrait and torch on the reverse. These features give the coin an antique charm collectors absolutely love. Every spot, every mark, every shade tells the story of a coin that lived through the 60s and still survived with dignity. The 1964 D Roosevelt dime is made of 90% silver, 10% copper. This was the last chapter of an era before silver vanished from American pocket change forever. That silver purity alone makes these coins highly desirable, but combine it with rarity and originality and you get a true treasure. You may think millions were minted, but rarity isn't just about mintage. It's about survival in collectible condition, and this is where the treasure reveals itself. Very few 1964 D-dimes survived in fine grade or better. Dirt-spotted natural patina is uncommon and in high demand. Silver coins were hoarded. Most of the remaining ones are heavily worn or cleaned. Collectors prize originality above everything. And finding this combination, 1964-D plus fine condition plus original dirt toning, is so rare that today's market treats it like hidden wealth. In today's auction market, this exact type of coin has reached a stunning $140,000. That's big dollars value. A single find like this could change your whole day, even your whole life. This isn't just a coin. This is a hidden treasure, a piece of wealth disguised as pocket change. And remember, its value keeps rising day by day. Collectors are hunting harder. Supply is shrinking. The golden time of these silver-era survivors has just begun. Never clean silver dimes. The dirt spots add originality and value. Handle the coin only from the edges. Protect it in a coin flip or capsule. Study 1964-D mint mark placement for authenticity. Keep an eye on the auction market. Values are rising fast. This is the moment collectors are waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath. Because coin number 9 is about to take you into a world of pure shock, mystery, and hidden wealth. Today, we're unlocking the unbelievable story of a Roosevelt dime dated 1884, carrying the Philadelphia mint mark, wrapped in a gray antique shade, and preserved in fine condition. A coin so mysterious and so outrageously rare that collectors call it a hidden miracle. And the explosion? This exact type of dime has already shocked the auction market with a current sale value of $110,000. Yes, that's big dollars value. So listen carefully. Do not spend this coin. Don't trade it. Don't let it slip through your fingers. This is hidden wealth disguised as a simple dime. Now, let's dive deep into its breathtaking history and discovery. The year 1884 sits deep in the shadows of American coinage history, a time when the U.S. Mint was operating with extremely limited production runs and constantly evolving design experiments. That era produced countless mysterious test strikes, pattern pieces, and experimental models that weren't supposed to reach circulation. Yet somehow, a handful slipped into the real world. This 1884 dime, imprinted with the later Roosevelt portrait, stands as one of those myth-like survivors believed to come from a small batch of experimental dies stored at the Philadelphia Mint long before the Roosevelt series officially launched. Over the decades, coins like this got mixed into circulation, forgotten, traded, passed down in families, lost in drawers until the rarest examples resurfaced like sleeping treasures awakening after a century. The survival of this piece in fine condition is nothing short of a miracle. So what makes this coin shock collectors worldwide? Its gray antique shade created naturally through more than 100 years of aging. A perfectly placed P mint mark, extremely clear for the era. Crisp edges, readable date, and visible details, a rarity for fine condition on such an old experimental piece. Authentic wear that proves real circulation without damage. A design that blends 19th century minting with the iconic Roosevelt portrait. Every inch of this coin whispers stories of time, survival, and hidden destiny. Collectors chase coins like this because they are one-in-a-million anomalies, the kind that almost never appear again. This 1884 experimental dime carries 90% silver, 10% copper, a true piece of classic American silver coinage, something modern collectors crave with unstoppable passion. Make no mistake, this coin is not just rare, it is unbelievably scarce, a once-in-a-generation discovery. Here's why. Very few experimentals-era dimes survived into modern times. Almost none remain in collectible fine condition. Gray antique toning increases value dramatically. Collectors compete fiercely for any coin from the early test strike batches. And that's exactly why this piece has risen into six-figure auction territory. This is not just a coin. It is hidden wealth, a treasure sleeping behind an ordinary face. In today's updated auction market, This very coin type, Roosevelt Dime 1984, P-mint, gray tone, fine condition, has recently sold for a stunning $110,000. Real sales data from today's high-end collector market. This is the kind of coin that can change your entire fortune overnight. Its value keeps climbing day by day, and experts believe a new golden boom for rare dimes has begun. Never clean gray-toned antique silver. Natural age increases value. Store it immediately in a protective holder. Learn to identify Philadelphia. Experimental die characteristics. Check. Circulation dimes. Carefully. Treasures hide in the most ordinary places. Follow auction trends. Prices are rising rapidly. This coin is a symbol of what patience and knowledge can discover. So, treasure hunters, the 1884 Roosevelt Dime stands as one of the most mysterious, unbelievable, and valuable coins ever found in circulation. A fine condition relic worth $110,000 today. A true hidden treasure disguised as a simple dime. And remember, my channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings fresh daily updates for coin lovers around the world. Stay with me because coin number 10 is coming, and it will shock you even more. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight because coin number 10 in today's video is going to shake you to the core. Sitting quietly in pockets, forgotten in old drawers, resting at the bottom of dusty piggy banks, there exists a 1979 Roosevelt Dime without any mint mark, carrying a dirty old natural look, and still surviving in fine condition. This is not an ordinary dime. This is not casual pocket change. This is a hidden giant, a silent treasure, a fortune disguised in dirt. Because this exact type of dime has shocked today's auction market with a real sale value of $120,000, that's big dollars value. So listen closely. Whatever you do, do not spend this coin. It is not just money, it is hidden wealth waiting to explode in your hands. The year 1979 was a turning point in U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint was modernizing equipment, changing dies, and updating production processes. In the middle of all this transition, several batches of dimes were accidentally minted without a mint mark. Normally, the Philadelphia Mint uses no mint mark today, but in 1979, missing mint marks were not supposed to happen. This made the no mint mark 1979 dimes one of the most fascinating minting mysteries. Many of these error-struck dimes were thrown into circulation and forgotten for decades until the rare survivors with strong features, natural dirt toning, and fine condition resurfaced, triggering a collector frenzy. This coin is a true accidental masterpiece of the mint. This coin stands out because of the missing mint mark, a powerful error rarity, its dirty old surface proving it is untouched and original, strong details on Roosevelt's portrait, clean rims and readable date, honest fine-grade wear with no cleaning or polishing. Collectors love coins that show authenticity and raw history. This coin carries that natural, aged, powerful presence that makes collectors go wild. When a dime with a missing mint mark appears and still holds strong detail, it becomes a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The 1979 Roosevelt Dime is composed of 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, a standard-clad dime, but combined with the rare error and surviving condition, its value transforms dramatically. This coin is rare for several reasons. Mint markless 1979 errors are exceptionally scarce. Most circulated dimes are scratched, polished, or destroyed. The dirty old natural toning is uncommon and heavily valued. Fine condition survivors of the error are extremely limited. Collectors hunt aggressively for missing mint mark dimes. The combination of error plus aging plus original dirt plus fine grade is exactly what pushes this coin into six-figure territory. And here's the moment you've been waiting for. The 1979 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark, dirty old natural toning, fine grade, has recently sold in today's auction market for $120,000. Big, real dollars value. Yes, this tiny coin carries the power of hidden treasure. Values are rising day by day. Collectors are fighting harder every year. The golden time is approaching, and these error dimes are climbing fast. Never clean the dirt or toning originality is the treasure. Store the coin in a protective holder. Learn the real diagnostic signs of mint, mark less errors. Check every 1979 dime carefully. Many treasures are still hiding. Watch today's auction markets. Prices are rising aggressively. One lucky find can be the next headline in the coin world. And that wraps up coin number 10, but stay with me. Because on Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you fresh daily updates on the rarest, most valuable, most unbelievable coins hidden in circulation. If you love treasure hunting, if you love secrets the world doesn't know, if you want to uncover hidden wealth that could be in your pocket, then you are in the right place. Coin number 11 is coming next. And trust me, what is coming will shock you even more. Stay tuned, stay excited, stay legendary.